what would be the easiest way to start and grow a YouTube channel in 2022? And I really think if I started over with nothing and I wanted to do it that was the least expensive, least amount of work, I would do video podcast.
You got to just press record.
Why don't you kind of break down video podcasting and explain what clips are, and for people know what podcast is, but like specifically YouTube video podcasting.
Right. So number one thing I love about video podcasting is the format. This right here, the format of this video would be called a video podcast, where you're sitting down, you're talking to a camera. You don't need to put any B-roll. The idea is that more or less the information that's coming from a conversation or something you're delivering, whether it be a teaching or something. Mm-hmm. But what's so cool about a video podcast is back to like, you know, grooming your audience to what to expect. If you build an audience that just loves watching and hearing you in this, you know, format, then you just did yourself a solid, because I only want, you know, Think Media Podcast to come in this format. And so for somebody who doesn't have much time, this is a good way to use it, because you could sit down once and record one episode, or maybe it's a longer episode.
30, 40, 60 minutes.
With moments within that podcast. And we're finding a few things. We're finding, number one, the repurpose of a video podcast. Number one, going on an audio platform, whether it be Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Number two is most podcasts are being discovered now with short form content like YouTube Shorts, Reels, and TikToks. People are finding a funny moment or a very valuable moment from somebody's podcast. Then they're finding the full podcast and becoming a subscriber to it. And so that creator only sat down once and created that content. So that's why I would say video podcasting is probably one of the most powerful ways of creating content today, especially if you're busy, because you can spin it a million different ways.
Exactly. You could record one podcast like every other week or even once a month, and you've just recorded content that could be pulled out in clips and post weekly just by pulling out to certain moments. And that's what we're going to be doing with this podcast. And another thing, just talking about gear, is you also don't need to invest in a super nice camera. Right now we got all the nice cameras and stuff, but you could record a podcast on Zoom and have just a decent microphone, get the Samsung Q2U, and it's like $70. And what's awesome is that's like $70. You could start a YouTube channel, use your webcam, and focus on the educational side.
Right.
And you can interview people. Right. So you don't even have to be an expert in whatever you want to talk about. I could start a podcast about lawn mowing. And I literally could talk to lawnmower business owners, and I have no experience, but because I'm interviewing the right people, I can almost use, and then another cool thing is you can use them in your titles and thumbnails to gain leverage if they have a following. And there's so many things I love about it.
So Nolan says is he would do a video podcast. My step deeper would be I would do a video podcast that was live, because then it would eliminate the need to edit.
Yeah.
So doing the live interview or just doing it live and learning how to skillfully grow in your communication as a live video podcast can really save you time. Right. And I think one person I love who's doing it, not necessarily a video podcast, but the style is Ruslan. He's just showing up on his computer, hitting live and bringing relevant information to his community, and then just using the YouTube editor in the back end to edit in and out his intro and stuff. It's such a powerful way to use your time and build an audience if you don't want to learn editing, and as well as if you want to use your time effectively but yet build an audience.
So one of my favorite examples of this, just to drive it home how like crazy this can be if you do this, is Sean actually went on the Creative Disruption podcast. And
I remember this.
Like a couple years ago. And he went on this podcast, and I think it got like 5,000 views or something. Sean, I went to Vegas to film intros and outros, and we pulled out clips. I think we had like 6 videos from this one podcast. And I was looking back at some of those videos. Some of them have like 500,000 views. For real. Some of them have like 200,000
views. Talking about
views.
the clips, like the clips that Nolan pulled
4
out.
4 to 6, 8, 10-minute clips.
Yep.
Getting hundreds of thousands of views. And it comes down to serving the viewer, because clips are so powerful, because, and that's something we're going to start doing with the podcast channel eventually, is more clips, because not everybody wants to watch a 30-minute long video when really you just wanted to hear about video podcasting. That's why you clicked on this video, and you don't hear about all the other stuff talking about in the podcast. And so there's less people skipping through parts, and that is super powerful. Obviously getting hundreds of thousands of views on multiple videos versus don't just throw up your podcast. Cut that baby up, dude.
For sure.
So wild, so crazy. And what's cool too about the opportunity right now with video podcasting, like I said, low startup costs. There's also really cool softwares that you can use. And one that we use is called Buzzsprout. And this video is actually brought to you by Buzzsprout. And so one of my favorite things about it is they have analytics. Mm-hmm. And so you can look at, how many downloads are happening. But the really cool thing is you post your audio there and then it just distributes it to every single platform. So you're going to be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud, and you can just set all those things up. So you put it in once, it goes everywhere. And so Buzzsprout's pretty dope. I don't know if you have anything to add.
Yeah, and what's cool about Buzzsprout is if you do try it out and you want to launch your podcast, we have so much content that Heather did on Think Media to guide you through that process, artwork, description, and things like that. And so Buzzsprout is definitely something we'd encourage you to check out if you plan on starting a podcast.